Come on, mate.
What's wrong
The
with
Don
you?
doesn't sound happy there, does he?
You got to do better.
Sounds like someone's getting fired in there.
What the hell's wrong with you lot? Your levels are dropping.
Ty in there. Mate, I think Ty might be getting the old tic-tac.
That's just appalling.
What, out
That's
the door?
poor.
Getting the elbow, mate, yeah.
What, latest sunshine?
Yeah, for good, hopefully. The Don's not happy.
Ty, you alright?
We're in a title race. You've got to be putting chances like that away.
Rocket Mobile gets you unlimited data, calls and texts for just £16 a month. Plus your invite into the Rocket Perks programs. It's the plan for the real fans.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Welcome back here to Live at 5 on a Wednesday, and it's probably one of the biggest Wednesdays in this country's sporting history. Probably one of England's biggest games in a long, long, long time. Obviously, we said similar to Mexico-ish, you know, it's a big game for England, but this, England-Argentina, the first time Lionel Messi has faced England in his career, a World Cup final on the line, England with the momentum, England with Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, this fantastic squad. And here today, covering what will be a momentous game. I've got obviously SB just to the left of me. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited about this game, you know. I'm excited. Obviously, then further on the left, we've got Laurie as well back in the building.
Great to be here, thanks. Yeah, looking forward to the show, looking forward to the game, obviously. So, yeah, man, love it. Yeah.
And then back for the second day in a row, it's Dino on my right-hand side. How are you? With his England shirt on.
Hi, United fans.
Yeah, once again, by the way.
You lot kill me with that clickbait title that you in the title of that video, you know.
Look, I'm not in control of.
You lot
I'm
killed
not in
me, man.
control. He was saying a lot about yesterday about
United.
Saying a lot about the Tielemans deal and everything. But obviously Spurs fans signed a 21-year-old for 85 million quid. But we can get into that maybe later. But I think first of all, me and I think possibly Dean might agree with me here is that we've got to issue a bit of an apology. To Spain, to Spanish fans. Because yesterday, I will hold my hands up and admit that yesterday I was saying it's France's game to lose. Yeah. It's France are too strong, too powerful, too quick for them. And I've never seen, I was actually sat here being like, this is one of the best teams of all time, this France team. And I've never seen a team bullied so an elite team bullied so systematically in the way that Spain did. They got their penalty, got their goal, and just went, they basically went, I dare you to get the ball off us. I dare you. And France were like, oh, don't really know. Like, they had 3 shots on target. I think 2 came after the 90th minute. Yeah. It was an absolute demolition performance from Spain yesterday.
100%. I mean, first of all, we got to congratulate Spain because they played really, really well. They got their tactics absolutely spot on. That midfield, I mean, they totally annihilated Elise in midfield. And, they just completely outclassed France. I never thought I would say that. And I was like with you guys, I was already looking forward to what I thought would be a France-England final. I was sort of salivating how excited I would be about that. But Spain, to give them credit, they were amazing. And when you consider as well that, let's be honest, they've not really lit up the tournament so far. We knew they were good, but I never knew they were that good. And
I can't lie, I didn't have any expectation about Spain like coming into the tournament. Like, I didn't think that.
Did
Spain,
you not?
No, not like this.
Nor did I.
Like, you look at their team, like, you don't think they've got mad goals in their team. They've got Lamine, obviously. Yeah. They got Danny Olmo, but like, they haven't really got like an out-and-out striker. Like, you wouldn't look at their team. Like, I didn't look at their team beforehand and think, do you know what, Spain are gonna be like in the top 4 teams of the tournament. I didn't, but they've been good, man. They've been
they're just one of those teams that crept up on us.
It's a very, very classic
Hennessy and apple
side.
It
just creeps up on you.
Creepers.
But it's a side that, like, it's what Raul said. Like, I remember Raul in the very first stream when they drew 0-0 with. By the way, Cape Verde as well. By the way, obviously going toe-to-toe with Argentina in one semi-final, holding Spain to draw the other semi-final. If it was to be an Argentina-Spain semi-final and Cape Verde managed to take both teams to the absolute limit, one of the best achievements in World Cup history
100%.
At this point, especially if let's say if Argentina win tonight and it's the 2 finalists are the 2 teams that could barely. One of them didn't beat Cape Verde, the other one took 120 minutes. Lionel Messi to beat them, which is mental. But I think it's I completely forgot what I was going to say. You know, I went on a complete tangent there. I have no idea what I was going to say.
No, I mean, basically, they just completely nullified France, didn't they?
Yeah, killed them.
Remember, before this tournament started, everyone said Portugal had the best midfield. Remember, we said France had the best attack.
Yeah.
And Spain, for me, that Rodri, Ruiz, and Olmo in the middle.
Yeah.
The best midfielders tournament.
Have they got the best all-round team? in the
Porro,
tournament?
best right back. Cucurella, best left back. Let's be real.
Cucurella as well yesterday. He was
Cucurella,
amazing.
To play on the
amazing.
yellow card for so
Yeah,
long.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
top yesterday.
They're number 9, 5 goals.
And they just seem so tactically in tune as well. Yesterday, the way they just controlled that game.
Yeah.
My brother called me today, funny enough, and he said to me that if you look at that performance, it was very like some of the performances we've seen Arsenal do in the Premier League,
fact.
where they're not exhilarating, they don't score a whole load of goals,
control.
but they just control the game. Keep
Control
the ball,
every aspect.
control every aspect, nullify teams, got that great defence. Shut them down, man.
I think
what they did.
You know, with France though, like for me, like before you're analysing the game, you're thinking, okay, Spain's gonna have a lot of the ball,
Yeah.
but France, they don't have to play well for 90 minutes. To
No.
win.
No, that's
They
true.
can play good for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And you can lose 4-0.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? So I think yesterday, like you were saying, Dean, like having Cucurella and Porro
Yeah.
so on it
Yeah.
and just nullifying the wingers. Rodri done a good
Yeah.
job on Elise. Like, I think that was the key yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
just keeping their individuals quiet. Because
Quiet,
you know that as an individual, like, when their individuals are on it, it's very hard to stop the team, innit?
Of course.
I don't think France were helped by the changes to the
selection.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kone, for me,
Kone should have played.
one of the best midfielders
Facts.
in the World Cup, without any shadow of doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Why he wasn't playing, that was astounding.
Due should have played.
Due should have played.
Due should have started, yeah.
I mean, come
the
on.
Cole line
Yeah.
was a joke.
But honestly, if you want to talk about midfielders on the other side, it's Rodri.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's got to be one. Like he has, like the conversations today have basically been about: is Rodri just fully one of the best defensive midfielders?
He killed those
you've ever
Ballon d'Or.
seen?
Yeah, he killed those
Because
Ballon d'Or
that
conversations.
was. I couldn't believe what I mean. Obviously, I could believe what I was seeing with Rodri because you've seen it in the Prem for so long in terms of like him just terrorising the Premier League for a number of years. But having undergone his injury, not really kicking back forwards, in and out of the City team at points, injuries here and there. That was a side where I'm like, I'm looking at that in the final. Let's say it is England that goes through. Then it becomes the just craziest battle between Rodri and Bellingham.
Because the thing about Rodri is he's a big guy.
Right.
Where I remember
Boss.
when
Yeah.
seeing him in the flesh, he's a man mountain.
He's a boss.
But he gets around the pitch so well. He's got a great engine, and he's the way he passes the ball, physically in the tackle, he's very strong. He's got good game awareness.
Yep.
I think the biggest thing for him is like the tempo of the game.
Yeah. Controller. Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
the
true.
tempo is not as quick as a Premier League game. It's not as transitional. I think if England do make it through, I think you kind of have to make the tempo that kind of
Yeah,
pace.
that's
Yeah.
a good point.
You get what I mean? I
Yeah,
think like
yeah.
France allowed Spain to get into a rhythm and control the tempo of the game, and they dictated and played how they wanted it to be
Yeah,
played.
yeah, of course.
But I think if
You know what it
England
is
do
as
get
well with
through, they have
Spain?
to
Do
up
not
the
let their man get 1-0 up on you.
Yeah, that's it. It's right.
It's the same thing I say about Man
But
City.
they
as
ain't
well.
fast. They ain't got pace.
Do not
They-
let
they're
those
just like-
guys go, because once they've gone a goal up, the way they keep the ball, and then after a while it just frustrates teams because you can't get the ball. When you do get it, you feel, and then they either underhit or overhit, then they've lost possession
Yeah.
again, and then it's rinse and repeat. Spain get
Yeah.
the ball, passing it around.
It's a team that's peaking at the right time. Like this is how you win an international tournament. It's by peaking at the same with. Well, even if you look at the Champions League, PSG are back to back Champions Leagues. Both times they've been a bit iffy in the group stage. They've not been fantastic, and then as the tournaments crept on in the Champions League, PSG get better and better and better as the season goes on, and then peak right when you need to in the semi-final and in the final, and win back-to-back titles. The same with Spain here.
Yeah.
You know what it is as well, right? You guys, obviously I'm a lot older than you guys, but I remember Brazil I think it was 82, they played a brand of football that was just a bit like France. You thought, rah, they've got to win. They're exhilarating, they're scoring goals, they're playing with a swag. They run into Italy that tournament, and Italy did not as good as Spain was, but they nullified them and beat them. You know what I mean? And Italy went on to win the World Cup.
World Cup, yeah.
So you know what I mean? If you're tactically adept and you have players that can follow the game plan and shut teams down, you can beat them.
So, yeah.
But, yeah, and even in the game though, from Arsenal perspective, Saliba going off after around half an hour.
Disappointing, man.
Boy, it's tough one. It's tough start for Arsenal, isn't it?
He says, looking down with a smile on his
Tough
face. By the way,
start for that man.
look at the beam on this guy's face.
Like obviously we've heard that he's got like a back issue.
Yeah,
he's been
back
playing
issues,
with,
yeah,
innit?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was rumours that he was gonna have an operation.
Operation,
at the
yeah.
end of the season anyway. So it's just like he just needs to go and just fix his back. He can take I think he weren't going to be available for the first 6 games anyway.
And you got Hincapié. You got Hincapié in that now. You got Hincapié.
Hincapié, Mosquera, Gabriel,
I'm not worried.
Norgard
Obviously,
can
I
play
feel like
centre-back.
Saliba's our best centre back for me. Personally.
I agree.
But it's your spine though, isn't it? Saliba, Rice not being available as well. That's too big.
Nah, facts. It is definitely. But I feel like right now the squad is in a good place, like where we can handle.
But we got a few players because, like Spain, you got Raya, Zubamendi, Marino,
Saka.
and then you got Saka, Rice.
Yeah, it's a lot for Arsenal.
Odegaard only just won that.
Yeah.
This is the only risk. You know when your players go to tournaments, this is the only thing I don't like is that
You don't suffer from. You don't really suffer.
we suffer from it, bro. One of my. We suffer from. But basically, it's our defense are suffering from it because they're all in the semi-finals.
Who?
Spence for England, Senesi and Pedro Romero for Argentina.
Romero's still your player.
He's still there, bro. Still there, bro. Until he leaves, he's there, man. And Poro for Spain. And who's the other? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He was good yesterday, bro.
He was brilliant. I told you, been consistent since game week 1 in the World Cup.
But I've got some interesting news just coming out here, fresh from the press off David Ornstein, that says Morgan Rogers is set to start on the right for England in the World Cup against Argentina.
I thought you were going to say he's going to Arsenal.
No, Morgan Rogers is set to start. This has literally come out in 1 minute ago. So big up, who's the comment that said, big up Billy, who actually mentioned this in the comment section.
What happened to Saka?
Opportunity to see 23-year-old Aston Villa forward rewarded after impact off the bench against Norway.
I was going to say that. I think he was one of the players that changed the game.
Yeah.
He was.
Norway, it was great.
He was.
I thought he was.
Well, he got an assist for Bellingham's goal because that shot
top.
that was
The second one, yeah.
He was, and you know what, Madueke, like he's Madueke, innit? Like he ain't really been doing his thing.
You know what it is with Noni, right? I'm going to say this, yeah, because I really want him to do well, but I've got to say, I don't know what the issues with Noni, but I just get the impression that his game is not developing, innit? Because the things that we're saying now throughout this World Cup that really come to the forefront, he's been getting some proper stick. Even Zlatan's been killing
Zlatan
him.
killed him, bro.
I'm like,
Beyond that.
in a way, like you kind of deserve it because these issues that are being highlighted are what we've been saying from time. So what are you working on in training, bro?
Yeah.
Really and truly.
He's
Like,
one of those
come on.
players, man.
He's not a young player anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good player. We know that. He's got attributes that make him, you know what I mean? A good player. But come on, man. Like, when you go past the man, there has to be some end product of some sort. Your decision making has to improve.
I think he's stalled, man. 'Cause
Significantly.
Even when he was at us as a young kid, Madueke was that guy. He was playing above his age, and the reason he left us is because he was so good. He knew he was first team ready. We just didn't have the space.
Right.
Pochettino just didn't bring him through. So he's gone PSV. He killed it at PSV, and you thinking, all right, you're on this trajectory, and then you landed
He's
at
at Chelsea. It was the same
did
complaints that was
thing.
being made.
Arsenal. So I agree with you, man. He just
Before he come to Arsenal, I got a couple of mates of mine that follow Chelsea, and they said, "Yo, you know what? I remember speaking to Matisse about it. He's very aggressive.
Very
will go past
direct.
man. He'll look exhilarating at times, but
End product.
that end product needs to improve. And here we are, still saying the same things.
Yeah.
Like
I think
it's frustrating.
His decision making.
Yeah.
I don't think he thinks about like what he's gonna do after.
So what are you working on in training?
I think his thing is just more
Vibes, innit?
instinctive.
Yeah.
It's just more instinctive. Like, all right, cool. I'm in this situation. I'm just gonna do this, and then
let me see what.
Like the ability takes over. There's not really much. That I think that's the biggest difference between him and Saka. You can see.
Oh yeah.
When Saka gets the ball, he has like a picture of
what he's gonna do.
You get what I'm saying? But I don't think he's ready to start for England. He looks like he's carrying a knock, so it makes sense that Morgan Rogers.
I've got a bit of
Tuchel
a
likes him,
question.
bro.
Tuchel likes
He
Rodgers,
likes Madueke as well.
Madueke. Yeah, I've got a bit of a question though. So obviously we're talking about this because the press have released this information. Well, David Ornstein's broke this information well before. Yesterday we had Matt Law, who I believe from the Telegraph, who came out and said that Tuchel's thinking is likely to stick with the same back four that played against Norway. Do you think it's detrimental to England to have, because it seems no matter who's in charge, who's there, who's not there, team news comes out from England but every friendly games, non-friendly games, the English press seem to get hold of England team news really, really early. So it seems to be, from these two pieces of information, basically he feels like the lineup's almost confirmed. Pickford in goal, O'Reilly, Mark Gay, John Stones and Konza as a back four, Anderson and Rice in the middle, assuming Rice is somewhat alive, and then it'll probably be Anthony Gordon on the left, Bellingham number 10, Kane at number 9 and Rodgers on the right hand side. We now know this hours before kickoff. We know about the reports coming out saying, oh, England is the same back four, Konza at right back. The day before the game, 24 hours before the game, that's come out. How detrimental do you think these kind of things are, let's say, to Tuchel? Because you then got Argentina going, cool, all right, we know what they're going to play. So we're going to line up like
I'm not sure if it
I think they
materially
know that.
affects.
I think they know. I think they kind of have an idea.
Yeah, I don't think
start before even it comes out to the press. I don't think that's a problem.
But let's say that the entire time, because Morgan Rogers being an attacking mid and a left winger, Argentina are gone, okay, we're going to set up like this because it's either Saka or Madueke here on the right hand side, and they have slightly similar attributes in the way that they want to take on their man, etc., etc. And then if it was the lineups come out and then bang, Rodgers is starting, Argentina go, we have an hour now to change all our plans. But now the lineups aren't even. Argentina can just go, all right, we're going to change our starting 11, move this here, move this there to combat Rodgers. They've got time now.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm not sure if it really.
I don't think it's going to be an impact. It's not like we're going to a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that much of an impact. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
It's not the best. Assuming, of course, that it is true that what we're hearing, it could just be speculation. Because from what I'm hearing, I heard that Tuchel likes to announce his teams fairly late in the day.
Yeah, but that's announcing his teams to the.
Yeah, but Ornstein reported it.
No, I'm talking about, I've heard that he likes to tell the team quite late what his final team will be.
Yeah, but that's just
could
telling
be
the players. That's different to, because remember he's got to submit his team to the media team, to UEFA, to stuff so they can print out all the stuff to have it all on time.
I don't think it materially affects what goes on the pitch, to be honest. Not at this level. And I think if we do not win tonight, I don't want to hear anybody saying, "Oh, yeah, I mean, we got a leak in the setup and that cost."
But it's more just for me. It's the fact that it happens every single time England play, no matter what.
Yeah, actually,
I find it bizarre. Like, because we were speaking about it before, just off camera, about obviously like the attitude towards England with certain. I say at least in the press, like you had people releasing these. Big papers as to why Bellingham can't go to the World Cup, blah, blah, blah. And then you go, Jude Bellingham, by the way, I saw a stat just here, is the first person to score 2+ goals in consecutive World Cup knockout matches since Maradona in 1986. This is 40 years since someone scored at least 2 goals in consecutive games in a World Cup knockout. This is an absolutely historic. This is the thing. This is an absolutely historic season from Bellingham. Historic run from Bellingham so far in this World Cup thing. And then you've got the press being like, "Oh no, he shouldn't play. Why should he go?" And then you've got the things asking like the questions after the game. Have you seen this? The question that Bellingham got asked about Tuchel at the end of the Norway game. Do you know about this? Yeah. It's like it does feel there's a certain attitude or a certain like. I don't know. I don't even know the word to describe it, but like a way of like they want to bait and prod England and the squad. Even Kane, Harry Kane came out and basically just went, "None of you want us to win."
Yeah,
he told Harry Kane told the English press, "None of you want us to win this World Cup." Basically,
that's England for you. That's England media.
I find it mental.
Like, it's there. That's just how born culture. Yeah, they thrive on it, bro. Negativity, propaganda. They love when things go wrong. Yeah, so. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I mean, we've got here a message from Noah Saran. That's at 5371. Who's been a member for 17 months on DR Sports. Big up. If any of you want to get your membership, obviously behind the scenes, BTS access, you get badges and everything like that on the DR Sports. You go on the DR Sports on the YouTube channel, there's an option to become a member. It's fantastic extra content up there. But he says, it's written in the stars, Messi versus Yamal, old guard versus new guard, Messi masterclass tonight. Maybe a brace, goes to extra time and win on penalties.
That could well happen. Let's be honest, it could happen.
Yeah.
Argentina, we know they're a very good team. Obviously, we know about Messi. We shouldn't just think it's all Messi. I mean, Alvarez, he scored a really good goal in the last game. He's not blown up the tournament by any stretch of the imagination, but we know what they're capable of. And Argentina, they're not as good as Spain, but they have a similar type of ethos in terms of they're a team. Even with Messi, they do play as a team a lot more than some of the other countries do. So, but I still, you know what? I fancy England, man, quite strongly.
So do I.
I do.
So do I.
I do. I think England will win in moments rather than outplay Argentina. I think England will have the most moments.
I think Argentina been a moments team as well.
Yeah, I think that's why.
I mean, they went laughing death with Egypt. They went laughing death.
Last 3 games, extra time.
Yeah.
Last 3 games, extra time. Hat trick of extra time.
Switzerland, they weren't particularly impressive.
They got they got the red card.
And that's quite possibly an advantage to England, by the way, as well. Because Egypt, apart from the Egypt game, but for the most part, they have been going to extra time. Argentina, and playing this like extra hour and a half of football across the last few games.
How do you stop Messi though? Like,
I swear, I think Elliot.
do you just get one player designated to look after him for the whole 90? Because
I just think you have to be aggressive, man. Because Messi don't track. So if you're aggressive on Argentina, Messi has to get involved. Otherwise, he's going to leave gaps. I just think you have to be.
I would imagine
man to man.
I would imagine, given the kind of manager that Tuchel is, his attention to detail is very spot on. I would imagine he will designate Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice to, if not man mark him, pay close attention. Because, of course, the best way to stop Messi is to stop the source.
Most of their goals come
so if you shut him down in that regard, have a man on him, so, you know what I mean, someone's looking to pass and think, oh, actually, he's got 2 men around him, maybe I need to go that way. And when he does get the ball, bang, you have to be on it.
That's the problem with Messi. Is you say how to stop Messi, and then the easy answer might be, okay, what we're going to do is shut the supply line. And then Messi is just as good at receiving the supply line, or that he's becoming the supply line. So if it's like we're going to mark them so they can't get the ball, that's it. Okay, so we're going to have Messi have the ball in deeper areas, etc. He then becomes the supply line, and you're sort of like, okay, now we've got to go get the ball off Messi. And then as soon as you come towards Messi, he'll just go over you, bypass you, and then send someone else to
I see something that he was saying, like I think Romero said it last game when he missed the penalty. Messi was just like, listen, you just defend, just give me the ball, do the rest.
That's what I'm saying.
You get what I mean? So
kill switch.
I agree with what you're saying. It's like, all right, cool, you can shut off the supply line to him, but then he just becomes the
creator. That's it.
It's difficult.
I think the only way to stop Messi is not to stop him, but it's to outplay the other 10. That's the only way you're going to win this game.
I'm not so sure, because I would say that if Messi has... Okay, in other words, what I'm saying is, if Argentina are going to win this game, to me, Messi inevitably has to play a huge part in it. So if England can nullify Messi the way Spain did with Elise and Mbappe yesterday, just shut their man out, then that's to me, that's a surefire way to beat Argentina. Because I can't imagine Argentina beating England unless Messi plays a significant part in it, if you see, whether it's assisting or scoring.
He scored about 90% of their goals.
So if you do a good number on him, the chances of you winning against Argentina increase inexorably.
I think it has to be that.
But then let's flip it though. Jude and Kane have scored 98% of
That's
the goals.
Yeah.
They've scored 13 goals, they scored 12 between them. If Argentina stopped them two...
Who scored the other one? Rashford,
yeah.
My boy.
Yeah.
But I think what it is where this game we won and lost will just depend on how many goals England score. I know it's a bit of a stupid sentence.
Isn't that the same with any game?
No, but I mean in the way of like, I don't think there's a point trying to like shut Argentina out in the way of like, you know, obviously you try and shut them out in the way of, you know, do your job, defend properly. But it's like, don't be like, all right, our whole game plan is going to be based around being negative and keeping Argentina at bay, keeping strong and low in a block together, try and suffocate Messi. Messi's probably going to create an assist. He's going to get a goal and assist probably, at least in this game. So how can we get 3 goals? That's what I'm thinking in terms of I think that's how England's going to win this game.
Well, I would imagine
that's why Egypt, it was about how many goals are we going to score, because Messi will definitely score at some point, even if it was 79th minute and 83rd minute, whatever it was. Messi will do something at some point to create a goal-scoring chance or score himself for Argentina. So it's about how far ahead can you get before that happens.
Well, the thing is, you can't afford to pay Argentina too much respect. So I would imagine England will see more of the ball. But it's important that when we do get the ball, we have to be quite ambitious. Because one thing I would say about England in this tournament so far is that we've had, in pretty much all the games we've played, we've had by far with the exception of Norway, by the way. But sometimes the ball has been too slow. The tempo's been slow. We've not got the ball up the pitch quicker. So we need to be a bit
Is
more.
this where Rodgers can make the difference? Because he's a great carrier.
Yeah,
He's
that's
very
true.
good at carrying the ball and much more reliable than Madueke. Because Madueke likes to carry the ball as well. He likes to have the ball at his feet. So does Saka. Obviously, Saka is on beyond his last legs. He's on -3 legs at this point, basically. It genuinely feels like that in the way that he can't walk at the moment. Like him and Rice need a sabbatical once this is over. Till the end of October, just let them sit on a beach for 6 weeks and eat burgers or something. I don't know, but. Like Rodgers is a very good carrier of the ball here. Declan Rice is a very good carrier of the ball. So I think maybe it's a case of England are going to try and progress the ball up the pitch tonight with the ball at their feet rather than try and pass it.
I think that change with Rodgers for Madueke shows that, like what you're saying, England want to be clinical.
Yeah.
When you get those moments, to make sure that we're maximising those moments. Because Madueke, he can produce moments, but is he going to be clinical and clutch at the right time?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
He might be able to go past someone, but then that moment where you need him to put the ball in for Kane to finish, you don't really back him to do that as you would for Morgan Rodgers.
Rodgers, yeah,
He's
of
going to
course.
have more end product in it. So I think with that team selection, if that's right, I feel like, saying that.
Who would you start on the other wing?
It's going to be
Gordon.
Gordon.
What about Rashford?
No,
For his
No,
extra
well-
pace and
I'll bring him on.
No, but Rashford, I can see
Dynamism.
You know what it is with Gordon, yeah. Obviously, I feel like Rashford is a better player than
Yeah,
Gordon.
of course, I think so.
Yeah.
But Gordon, he runs.
Yeah.
suits the way we
Works,
play. Yeah,
grafter.
yeah, he is.
Like, so when you have someone who's just grafting for 70, 80 minutes, and he's got quality, he's a good finisher as well. I feel like that's the reason why Tuchel's gone for him, because he likes an athletic side. You can see that he likes people that
Yeah,
can run, and especially with Harry Kane, how he likes to drop in. You have to have people that run without the ball.
100%.
And Rashford's not someone who's really going to run without the ball. He likes to have the ball at his feet. And then
He does, yeah.
So he's more of an impact sub then.
yeah, I wouldn't say impact sub like that, but I just think like stylistically, for the front three that you have, if you had Saka, Kane, and Rashford, when Kane drops in, you're not really gonna. Jude is gonna be the only person that's gonna run beyond the ball.
Saka's gonna
there's
stay
no
out
one.
wide.
Yeah, there's no one who will
Rashford,
run without the ball, and I think like you need people that run beyond the ball, especially when Kane drops in. So. Yeah, I think
What
that's
it
the
is
reason.
for me is what I've bought into what Tuchel's done really well, and this is, to be fair, mostly the precedent he set when he first selected his England squad. It's not who's the better player, it's who was better yesterday, who was better last week, who was better in the last 2 months. That's why Palmer didn't go. That's why Foden didn't go. That's why I find it bizarre that Morgan Gibbs-White didn't go. But for the most part, it's just about who was better then. And the tournament, he's been the same. Every single, because even with Jed Spence, when everyone was like, why is Jed Spence called up? Literally, the reason was because even though Spurs were bad, his form was actually pretty good with Spurs. It was like, literally, I remember the David Ornstein thing being like, Jed Spence had to be called up as a reward for good form. Everything with Tuchel, even when he was at Chelsea, when they won the Champions League, it was all about form. It was all about, okay, this player, Mason Mount, is playing really well as a left 10 right now, this very second, so I'm going to play him in the semi-final there. Havertz is playing up front for Chelsea, very good right now, so play it there. And with this, it's Morgan Rodgers was good off the bench in the last game, so the last thing I saw was Morgan Rodgers be good, so I'm going to play him again.
then would you say-
But even with Gordon, right? Gordon was bad the first couple, he was very poor the first 2 games. Rashford scored. So, and then Tuchel went, you know what, cool, Rashford, you're going to play. Rashford, you're going to start against DR Congo. And then against DR Congo, Rashford wasn't fantastic. Gordon came on and Gordon was good. So then Tuchel was like, right, Gordon, okay, you're going to play the next game. You're going to play against Mexico. It's literally, and what it is all he cares about is this semi-final. And then in the semi-final, he's going to go, who played best against Argentina? Right. Let's say let's say England get through. It'll be, who was best against Argentina? Sick. You were, so you're going to start.
So then, do you think there's a case for Jed Spence to start then? Because I can't lie, I thought Jed Spence was he was top.
Yeah, I think so.
One thing I've
He's
noticed
not-
about
he-
Jed
he's-
Spence is his one-on-one defense. He kind of reminds me of Aaron Wan-Bissaka in that way.
Yeah.
One-on-one defending, he's very difficult to get
Yeah,
past.
yeah,
He's better at left back.
Yeah.
And people
Yeah,
question
even
him.
though
They
he's
said,
white.
He's
Yeah.
better at left back.
It's weird,
than he
isn't
is
it?
at right.
and then people questioned him and said in the interview with, I think it was a Telegraph or someone, but he had an interview and he said people were looking at that clip of Tuchel shouting at you, and he was like, how do you take it? He was laughing, he smiled, and he said, I actually take that as a compliment. that
I
Tuchel-
read this
that
article. It's
Tuchel,
really good.
he
yeah.
actually wants me to become better, and he knows that I can become better. So I'm taking that as a compliment to say, look, fix up. And he said he wants to do that more and all the time.
That's one way of looking at it.
Like because what it basically was is the article was talking about how Spence had where was it he was first
started
at
Middlesbrough.
yeah, and he was fantastic
Millwall.
at Middlesbrough and co early on, and then he kind of has had a bit of I wouldn't say a free ride.
went along
It's like
to
he's not had
Leeds.
someone push him properly, and so he's basically just gone. Tuchel is pushing me to my absolute limit. He is hard because he was asked, is Tuchel harder on you than anyone else in the England squad? And he went, yeah. And he went, yeah, and he went good.
You know what? I first came across, you remember this, when we played Forest in it.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And they put us out there, and Jed Spence was man of the match, and that's when I thought,
Crazy.
rah, who
And
is this
Chelsea,
guy?
He done it against Chelsea.
Yeah, and then he went to you guys.
and then Conte dropped.
You can see that he's got ability, but I think like
his attitude, mental.
I think in the England shirt, he looks like he's been playing like, oh, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
right.
Like not that he kind of looks like he didn't feel like he belonged there. But I think in the last couple games, you've seen him like he's grown into it, and now he seems like he's starting to believe that I actually believe that I should be here. Like I'm good enough.
I think that's
to
very
be
good.
Here.
Yeah,
It's like especially with that last performance that you see him, like you could see that he's getting the ball, he's taking responsibility, he's driving forward, he's making positive decisions, and like. For me, Nico Riley hasn't really pulled up any trees. Like he hasn't looked like the same Nico Riley, obviously for City, because they play a different way.
Yeah.
But listen, there will be like what you're saying. If Tuchel's thinking about how people played in the last game, there would be an argument for him to start.
I think O'Reilly's better going forward.
Yeah.
Because I think if you remember it, when Tuchel was proper having a popper, remember what it was for? It was saying you need to overlap and get forward more. Yeah. Especially when teams are sitting deep, then your wing backs come into play more if you 100%. Think about it. But one-on-one defending, like I said, he is probably one of the best in that team.
But I just say on the flip side to that, SP, is the other side of it, I think, is this is a back four that didn't let Erling Haaland have a sniff, and realistically the goal they conceded was a bit of a freak goal that no one that's kind of, you can talk about Pickford's positioning, but realistically Pickford's never been the most imposing tall goalkeeper. Obviously there's always been the T-Rex arms joke about Pickford, but in the way of like that goal, no one was ever like, when you concede that kind of goal, it's just a case of you're just like, I can't believe that's happened, but you just move on from it.
He said he meant it.
Do about it.
Did he mean it?
But if he did mean it, if he did or didn't, there's nothing you can do about it. In the way that it's just like no one could have blocked it, no one could have saved it. No, it's just an incredible goal.
It was.
If it, regardless if you've.
I'll tell you what I would say about Haaland though. You're right. He didn't really get much of a touch, and they played him well. But had Sorloth not been incredibly greedy, that things could have been so different.
Oh yeah. But also
because what he did there was almost criminal.
I think I said this to you last time. Credit to John Stones for being able to marshal Sorloth and Haaland 2v1. Well, he did it well.
To me, it was less about John Stones and more about Sorloth being greedy because Haaland made the perfect run and he's saying, yeah, there. The best player in your team, the man scored the goals, has taken you there, and you completely ignore him and blaze it.
I'm still confused how Sorloth is on the right wing.
They haven't got anybody else, bro. But even then, their other attacking options are Strand Larsen, who's also just another striker.
Stiff striker,
they just got
striker.
big, blonde, tall
that
strikers.
Haaland type of striker.
Yeah, got three of them.
Yeah, that's
crazy. A couple super chats here. So, Judah Leon 1066 says, all of Madrid rooting for you guys, so it's coming home, obviously, with the whole Messi. I think a lot of the world are rooting for England today.
Well, we were talking off camera about Argentina, and listen, I put my cards on the table. They're not a very likeable bunch of just that team, just the whole ethos around it. And I know, listen, some of you man are going to come for me. I don't care. I'm speaking on mine. Argentina have a certain aura about them that is not very nice for me anyway. And I want England to win regardless, but if you speak to a lot of neutrals, they will say they want England to win.
Also as well, the Argentina fans burning the British flag.
Well, there's that. I mean, I know that there's tensions with the Falklands War and all that stuff.
Part of me, I look at that and go like, 'cause obviously I support Wales, and then I know I've got a lot of Scottish mates, and we're just like, why are you bringing us into it a bit here? Like, it's all the home nations. You're not burning the English flag. Obviously, I never burn a flag or anything. I think it's It's like a very provocative.
There's stuff that's gone on.
Ill-minded thing to do.
McAllister scoring goals for you. Where's
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where's that money come from? Exactly.
There's stuff that's gone on prior to now
No, I am
with Argentina that is not good. Let's just say that. So
I am so pro England tonight. I want.
why?
Huh?
Why?
Just because, like,
Is it because of Argentina? The stuff that I've said about there's a certain vibe around them that's just not.
Yeah. Like, I think just the vibe around everything, and also like I've really enjoyed being in the pub when England scored goals. It's fun. Like I will be completely real. Like when obviously Bellingham scoring twice in the pub, me having championed Bellingham for the past like 3 or 4 weeks against some of the comments, and I'm just like, it's great fun. But no, I'm very much with England tonight. David Rickards, if I've said that right, David Rickards 3778 has said, note that Declan Rice has no yellow card hanging over him. I hope he plays better tonight if he's fit. No, he's someone that will need to step up.
He's due a really good game. He's not had a really good game so far in this tournament. He's been okay, and then against Norway he was terrible, but obviously that was down to illness. So he shouldn't really have started. Hence, we were saying off camera that Kobe Mainoo, I can't understand why he's not played a minute in this tournament yet.
Why he hasn't played a minute, I'm a bit baffled by, because like you've had games where like Mainoo I think would have been. So for example, against DR Congo, I was thinking this is the type of game that Mainoo's very, very good at. He's very good at unlocking. He's a very much of a glue player, where he'll get the ball off 1, 2 touches, ground one man, pass it to the other, and then you pass it back to him, 2 touches, round another man. He can get the ball up the pitch very, very gracefully and very easily. So I was surprised when I see like Jordan Henderson coming on against DL Congo and stuff, and I'm surprised he's not had a minute. But as I said, Tuchel is basically just going, Tuchel going, I don't care about tomorrow. I care about what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes on the football pitch. So I'm going to put on whoever I think's best. So But
there's been a few games like that. There's been if you think about our games, Croatia, that's different.
Yeah.
But then you had Ghana, Panama,
I don't know why
DR Congo. Yeah. I don't see why he could. Do we need 2 holding midfielders? No. Those
He's
games?
Got very, very good attributes to unlock a game.
Yeah. So why wasn't he used? That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't know. I can't answer.
He might have just came along for the numbers in training.
You may as well have taken.
It's true. Well, I've got to say as well, right? And we debated this off camera. He looks like he's not been that happy to me. He just looks like somebody who thinks that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
he's giving me that air of somebody that's disappointed.
Has he even done one of them England? You know they do that thing at England YouTube. Has he even done one yet?
No.
I know all the players have done one.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. He's just anti.
Yeah, he's not the kind of player, to be fair to him, that's going to throw his toys out the pram. And you can say that his disposition is that he's quite an introverted, laid-back kind of guy.
He doesn't give anything away. Like everyone says this. Most people in United, outside everything.
He's pissed off.
Say that,
but of course, but that's also surely if someone isn't getting minutes. You want them to want to have minutes, don't you?
Yeah, but
like if you say
England's different.
If he was
when
like
you go
Jordan
to camp,
Henderson,
it's different.
Jordan Henderson, if he's laughing and smiling, it's like cool, but you are like that's realistically your role. If you're a 21, 22-year-old midfielder, obviously you had a great second half of the season. Obviously, you're going to be fuming that you're not playing.
No, but
it's about what you do about it. For example, Alejandro Garnacho isn't happy with his minutes at United, so he puts a Villa kit on and goes inside for Chelsea. Mainoo, all he said, like Mainoo, for example, what he wanted minutes, all he went was, if I'm not going to play, can I go on loan? I just want to play football. Like Mainoo, it's absolutely okay and fine to be annoyed and not playing. But it's about how you do it in training.
It has to be.
I am.
No, but we agree.
Sure.
You could be. He's not an agitator.
But you can't be.
But what I'm saying is, I detect
in camp.
I detect.
No, but he won't be. He won't be in camp causing problems.
Yeah. No, I think
you've seen the videos, but that is what
Dylan, with respect, I think you're overthinking it. We're not saying he's an agitator. We're not saying that he looks peed off to the point where he's about to unsettle the rest of the camp. What I'm saying, when I look at him and I observe his body language, he just looks like somebody that feels a little bit down that he's not played. He's probably looked at those games as we have and thought, I can't get a minute against Panama, Ghana or Congo.
And
Come on.
what you're saying, he just wants to play football.
He just wants to play.
Do you get what I mean? I think Tuchel's made reference to him, like saying that, like they asked him why hasn't he played a minute, and he said like he understands how much quality he has, and we've got world-class players, and
it's tough.
Kobe's got certain attributes, and when that moment comes, he won't hesitate to use them. But obviously, that's not reflecting in what you're doing, but then you're not doing another thing in it. So I understand how Kobe Mainoo must be feeling.
He must be feeling away, man.
Like you would want to
But has there ever been a tournament where you've used every single player that you brought over?
No, there's gonna be
squad wise?
Yeah, squad wise.
No,
players
there's
where
never,
like where goalkeepers don't play.
Yeah.
The centre halves might play, but midfield's a position where you would think
Exactly,
you got
especially when you consider that Rice and that is clearly overloaded.
They're broken down.
And he's been ill and he's been nursing what people think may be a nerve injury in his back. So you just think, and then when you consider some of the teams we've played that we're going to have all the possession of the ball, and you think that Kobe Mainoo's strengths, as you quite rightly said, is he's good at unlocking defence and with his passing. So you would have thought, come on now, can't you get 10 minutes?
Ghana or Congo.
But then on the flip
Ghana
side,
and Congo, both should have come on in the second.
on
Yeah.
the flip side, do you think Tuchel trusts Elliot Anderson to play as a single pivot then? Like
Oh,
he
well,
might not.
He did against Norway. Anderson
By
basically
himself.
played. Well, he was in the
then?
second half. It was Anderson.
Yeah, it was.
Then ahead of him was
Eze.
Bellingham,
And Eze,
Eze,
he did.
Gordon, Rogers, and Kane.
Yeah.
He literally played. He basically played 4-1-5 was what they played against Norway in the second half. I think with Mainoo, what it is he is within this current out of these 26 players a unique talent in the way that I don't think. None of the other midfielders can do what he does, but equally the other midfielders have attributes that he doesn't have, like Declan Rice's marauding runs and co. Like they're just different styles of players. And I do personally think, and I think Mainoo thinks, and I think Mainoo will know this as well, he has talents that would have been beneficial to England. But at the end of the day, it's hard to say that with complete certainty because England are in the semi-final and I'd say favourites to beat Argentina. So Tuchel's going to do whatever Tuchel does. And if you were to say to Mainoo, would you rather play in this game, but England don't win the World Cup, or not play a minute and England win the World Cup? He'll still say, I would rather not play a minute and England win the World Cup.
Yeah, of course.
Because he's that kind of guy. And also, if and when he does come on, he will lock in and play to his absolute best. There will be he won't mess around for a second.
No, well, listen,
He'll know his assignment.
I have no doubt about it. All I'm saying is that
Attitude-wise,
I just pick up a little. When I've seen his body language and I've seen him, he just looks like somebody.
Everyone's smiling.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He's probably the only one that you see that's not like buzzing. Like that's over.
Because even Ollie
I'm not saying that
Watkins,
he's not happy.
Ollie Watkins, I see Ollie Watkins.
even Ollie Watkins and
involved.
Ivan
You know,
Toney have not played a single. They should have also.
Did Watkins come on?
Yeah, I think Watkins came.
And Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Watkins, come on, bro. Yeah, but Tony's only on for
But
pens.
two-
But
yeah,
we said
But
this.
that's
We
what
said
I'm
this a
saying,
month
though.
ago.
It's camp though. You gotta understand when you go to these tournaments here. Remember, it's 8 games, isn't it? It was 8 games. It used to be 7. It's 8 now because of the round of 42. So you can't. I understand he's gonna be upset he ain't playing football. But sometimes you gotta pack away your individual.
It's not about you.
Yeah, it's not about you. This is what I'm saying.
Respectfully, it's not about you.
Exactly. It's not about you. It's not club football. It's not about you. And you got to do it for the team and the nation. That's how it works, man. This is unfortunate, brother. Sometimes you got to do it. Keepers do it. Defenders do it. We just said Watkins and Tony are doing it. You got to play your part.
Whatever role you're given, you have to just accept
He could be
it.
bringing the intensity in
Yeah.
training, helping them in training. That's his job.
Yeah.
I know it sounds mad, but
The flip side of it for me as a United fan, I don't
know, you get
mind
his
the
bias,
fact that he's not. No, but I mean, like, I don't mind that he's not got loads of minutes or any minutes. Because he's going to go away for 3 weeks. He'll come back for the last couple of pre-season games.
You do
He'll be
mind, but you
chill.
don't mind.
He'll go, huh?
You do
I
mind,
mind
but
it in
you
the way if I
don't.
want to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
one of my
yeah.
favourite players
Yeah, of
play. And I
course.
do think even from the benefit of England, he should have played in a couple of the games.
He should have,
didn't.
yeah, he should.
But for the most part, it's fine because I know I'm going to watch him play another 200 games for my club. And I will
There you
watch him
go.
play.
That's
And I
what
don't
I'm
mind
saying.
it.
That's
So,
it.
Well,
like,
you never know. He might get minutes tonight.
that's exactly
yeah, maybe. Maybe. There's a comment here actually right from the beginning of the show from Dominic Lauder who says, Dylan, who do you think will score first? And I want to use this to just talk a bit about obviously Argentina. We've spoken a lot about England, talk about how do you stop Messi, but Argentina are a side that have been a bit like Real Madrid. I've said this a few times on these shows, is that Argentina are like basically like Champions League Real Madrid of international football. In that they'll be terrible for most of the game and then suddenly they'll lock in and their best player will score a few goals and you don't know what's happened and suddenly you've lost.
To be honest, though, that is a sign of a good team that can do that.
Yeah.
They're not playing well, but they somehow
They're
find a way to
because
win.
They've won the last World Cup. They won Copa America and they also won, what's that other competition? Finland Messina, whatever it's called. Like they won the last 3 finals they've been.
And they're also
won the last
unbeaten,
three
and I
tournaments.
think in their last 13
They're
matches.
also unbeaten a long time, so it's by no means an easy game.
Listen, despite what I said about the aura not being too nice, we all agree that they are an outstanding team. And England are going to have to play really well to beat them tonight. I just think that England have a certain momentum about them. I've been seeing that since the Mexico game. Okay, they didn't play well against Norway, but you always kind of thought that they were going to win that game. Well, I did anyway.
Yeah.
And so we go into this game, and I think that this game, there's a certain edge to it that I think might bring out the best in England.
Where do you see England hurting Argentina though?
They have to do that
Energy.
Wide.
Energy.
I was gonna say that.
It's definitely wide.
I think the
It's
fullback.
definitely out wide,
Yeah.
bro.
I can't lie. When I've watched Argentina this World Cup, I've been impressed with Martinez.
Yeah.
I think he looks like he's kind of back to his best.
You're talking in Man United?
Yeah, Lisandro Martinez.
Lisandro Martinez has
Not
been
Latour.
very
No.
good.
Yeah, Lisandro, he's impressed me.
He's been very good.
Him and Romero.
Yeah, he's a warrior.
I think them two have been good, but I think the fullbacks can definitely.
Yeah, they can be touched.
Lino and who's the other fullback?
I think we're England. I think if England can up the tempo and be a bit more dynamic. We spoke earlier about turning it almost into a Premier League game. If this game starts and I see Argentina bopping it around at the back and England standing off them, I'm worried.
Yeah, we're finished.
Because that means you're showing them too much respect. I think England have to go on the front foot, take it to them, not be reckless. But then you got guys like Bellingham and Kane and
I think England
Rashford
run all
and
over.
Gordon and
That's it. That's what I said. You got
yeah, we got to treat it like a Premier League.
Man to man.
You look at McAllister, yeah. McAllister in this for the last 12 months he struggled.
He's been poor,
Like,
bro.
he's been poor at
Poor,
Liverpool,
man.
and there's been so much talk about his legs are gone and this that. But you see him in the World Cup, he looks like he's been playing well. But I feel like that's a lot to do with the tempo of the game. So
Yeah,
this is a
yeah,
game where
yeah.
You've got to use
Stick it on him a bit,
You've got to
yeah.
run all over. Like Bellingham's engine is.
Yeah, he's gonna
Rice's
set pace.
got engine,
Gordon.
and like Anderson's got engine.
Yeah.
Gordon can run. Like all these guys
That
can
man
run.
gonna set pace.
So you have to make it just like.
I think that's one of the strong points of this England team. Athletically, they're very gifted. You even saw that in the Mexico game. They weren't as affected with the altitude that we all, certainly I thought they would be. You know what I mean? They more than match Mexico for that.
100%.
So they have to me, if they're going to be successful against Argentina, they can't afford to be too cagey. We know that there will be moments. It will start off a bit cagey, but we've got to try and impose our will on them a little bit.
I also think that it's about time now. I think it's about time England beat a top team.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we beat the Croatians, we beat the Swedens, we beat these guys. We need to beat a France, Spain,
Heavy hitter.
a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Last time,
we need to take
when was the
one of
last
them
time
out.
England really beat a
It's-
heavy hit? Was it Germany?
Friendly, they had a friendly as well, no? Was that
No,
friendly?
I'm talking like in a major
in a
tournament.
major tournament.
In a major, was it? Huh?
was Germany.
Was that 5-1?
Germany
tournament game?
was in 2021 Euros. Do
Oh,
you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Fourth
yeah, it
final
was. Yeah, I think that's the last
Sterling
time.
scored.
I think that was the
Is
last
that
time.
2-0? Is that? I think that's the last time England, because that was when.
So
like,
when you're
England-
talking heavy hitters, we're talking about the likes
We're
of
talking-
Spain,
we're talking
France,
about-
Argentina.
Yeah,
that
but
won the World
Germany,
Cup.
that Germany was a
Brazil.
bit weak. Germany, they weren't a Germany. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we're talking Brazil's, Argentina's, France, Spain. Dead.
And let's be honest, as great as Messi is, this is the 39-year-old version.
This is what I'm saying.
He's not the 29-year-old.
And the first time he's
Laurie,
played-
you can't do that though.
The 39-year-old Messi is still as good, almost as good as the 29-year-old version of Messi.
Yeah, I need to be careful here.
They'll come for you, you know.
He ain't no pensioner.
Yeah. Listen, man. I mean, he's a great player. That goes without saying. I guess the
of all
point I'm
time.
trying to make is that he will flit in and out of games. He's not going to run the game like how he used to do when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? So there is that to take into consideration as well. He's a moments player now. You've seen it in this World Cup. There's been games when he's been largely missing, and then he'll pop up and get an assist or a goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying is it's not peak Messi. So we match up well with them, right? Is that right? Am I right in saying
I
that?
would just say like the strongest part of their team is obviously Messi, and I would say them attacking, right? 'Cause I think that they're top goal scorers in the tournament. I think, right? I think
I don't. France.
I thought France were.
They would.
No, I think
no,
they've
I think
got
they
one
would.
more goal than France.
I think they got
Join.
16.
I
Argentina
think they
got
might have
16, no?
17.
Or 17 goals. Okay.
Let me
Yeah.
let me
Can you
check.
that?
Yeah, let me
But,
check that.
I think they might be top goal scorers in the World Cup here, and England's weakest part of the team you would say would be defense.
yeah.
So I think if, as much as we say it's like an even matchup, England we've got to defend properly.
Yeah, 100%.
to make sure that we actually have a chance to win that.
I think we could do it, Messi, man. England, basically, Messi's for over his whole career, he's taking a piss out of England. You know what I mean? Every single one of those Champions League, Premier League, he's killed us. So I think it's about time now. England, 8 o'clock tonight, they have to be on it. And unfortunately, a great player he is, just end Messi's World Cup, bro. It's as simple as that, man.
Yeah, Argentina on 17, France are on 16.
Yeah, just end Messi's World Cup, bro. Send him home, bro.
Send him
home.
packing,
At least
send him
say,
packing.
at least go into that final knowing, okay, cool. Yeah, man, I got straps on my back. Now let me get the star on my shirt. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you have a great chance of beating Spain. Like,
What
you have to do it
what
this
I want
time,
to ask
man.
you guys, obviously, spend a lot of time talking about Messi. We've spoken about the England team. For Rocket Ranked, obviously, we are sponsored by Rocket Mobile. It's £10 a month at the moment for unlimited calls, text data, and 20 gigs to use in the EU, and another to use globally, another gigabyte to use, and perks content, other prizes, so much stuff, all in this Rocket Mobile deal. Either scan the QR code in the bottom right-hand side of your screen, there you go, to learn more, or if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description, or the live chat, sign up, everything. I've had it for months, it's fantastic. But I was going to ask you, who are the three, if you were to pick three maybe surprise or underrated players that can influence this game? So obviously, if I say, three most influential players, you got, all right, Bellingham, Kane and Messi. But who are some players you think, like, this could be starting 11 players, this could be players off the bench, do you think could have the biggest or most interesting impact in this fixture that maybe aren't spoken about as much? Because, for example, I'd go like Sergio Romero, for example, could have a huge impact in this game because he can score goals as a defender. He can also get sent off. In the way of, like, he's someone maybe you haven't spoken about as much. Obviously, he's available. He wants to leave Spurs, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
which
can
is
go.
interesting. So he's in the shop window here. He'll want to, again...
I can think of one straight away. If Argentina are going to do well in this game, then Emi Martinez is probably going to have a good game because we know how good he can be.
Yeah.
Former Arsenal
But we also
player.
know how erratic he can be.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he
he's
can
one
make
of
a
those.
mistake out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah. But on his day, man, he's proper good goalkeeper.
If Gordon and Rodgers have a good game, I think we can win. I do think we're going to win from out wide. Essentially, Argentina are going to lock that down, bro. They're going to lock it down. I think you're going to get all your opportunities out wide. Look at Cape Verde done it.
Yeah.
Egypt done it. Counter attacks. Boom. That's it. Direct.
Is it like, so obviously, like, I think a really good example of how England will win this game is Bellingham's first goal against Norway.
Yeah.
Where Gordon had it out wide.
Yeah.
What Bellingham late run into the box.
Yeah.
Gordon just
Crash
whacked
the
it in
box.
there as fast as he could. Not at any time to react. 3 touches, 1, 2, 3, bang
I
in the
could see
net.
Saka playing a huge part in this game as well.
Off the bench.
Off the bench with his, like we said before, he's a very cerebral player. Like, you know what I mean? When he gets a ball, it's not just about beating the man. It's the crosses into the box, cutting inside and shooting.
Sorry, I
can see him
said Sergio Romero. I didn't mean Sergio. Cuti Romero. That's what I meant. Sergio Romero, obviously, ex-Argentina goalkeeper from about a decade ago. My bad. Yeah.
Julian Alvarez?
Yeah.
Well, Julian Alvarez has been...
Proper baller.
He scored in their last game
He
against
hasn't been the
Switzerland.
greatest, but you know he can produce moments.
But he didn't start the first few games either, and like Lautaro Martinez looked very good in combination with Messi.
Martinez,
Obviously got
he
a
had a
fantastic
good tournament.
assist for Enzo against Egypt. His cross in
His crossing,
was
yeah.
I've never seen him cross like that in my life before.
Yeah.
He put an absolute inch per. And Enzo's another player, Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I
talk
don't
about
like
someone
that
who
player.
knows the England players.
I don't like him at all, bro.
You don't like him, but he's gonna be there.
He's over.
I think he's
anyway.
overrated.
Yeah, I think I don't see what everyone says.
Oh, I agree.
This guy is brilliant.
I
Like,
don't get it either.
He's
I don't
just
get-
But
overrated.
he can come up clutch.
Yeah, he can
come
but
up
he's just
clutch.
overrated, man.
Like, you've got these Argentina players who play in the Premier League against basically all these other English players. Obviously, you've got Enzo Fernandez plays week in, week out for Chelsea. McAllister, week in, week out for years with Liverpool. Licha Martinez, when he's not injured, is playing all the time. Romero, same if he's not injured or suspended, he's playing in the Prem. Emi Martinez has come up against basically all of these players in his career at Aston Villa and even with Arsenal before. This is a set of teams, and equally, all the England players know how these other players play for Argentina.
The three best players on the pitch, they don't play in the Prem.
Yeah.
See Bellingham and Kane, they don't play in the Prem.
Well, Messi's never played against... Is it a bit of a worry that Messi's never played against England before?
I think.
Like, is that a bit of a what he's got to score against them
That's
again?
why I say he has in that. He's killed us in Champions League, bro. Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, everyone,
For
bro.
years.
Liverpool, he's killed all of
used
us.
to bully
Yeah,
Arsenal.
Chelsea, he's bullying.
He used to bully
It's
Arsenal.
like, I know he's not directly played in the Argentina kit, beat us, but he's killed us, man.
But this is what I was saying about this is the 39-year-old Messi.
yeah,
because
yeah.
obviously when he did those feats,
Yeah.
and you're right, he did bully
26,
teams. He
28.
was a lot younger and fresher.
I remember out jumping Rio in the Champions League final. Ridiculous,
he was a
bro.
joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that was,
that was-
2010.
2010,
That was that
ridiculous.
2010 Champions League final. No, 2000...
Nine.
9. Because 9 and 11.
Yeah,
2009, 2011 when they both get. But if
the worry is with him is that even though he's older now, there's going to be that moment in it where he can just.
Well, it's like, you know how everyone,
damage.
everyone used to be like, oh, Messi, because he can play so well because he spends most of the game walking. He just stands still now instead.
Bro, he does.
It's the same thing. He stands dead still. That's why he can play for so long. Well, why he's able to still be so good, I think part of it is because he's gone from walking around and scanning and assessing the bit to just standing still.
Well, that's the difference between Messi of Argentina and Ronaldo of Portugal. Because Ronaldo is basically a stationary figure as well. He does nothing. He doesn't track back. He doesn't contribute much to the overall play. But the difference with Messi, he still has the ability to do it in those crucial moments, whereas Ronaldo doesn't.
Do you know what as well with that, Laurie? You can see like the Argentinians, even in their press conferences, all they're saying is we want to win for him.
Yes, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? I want Messi to win another World Cup, whereas Portugal, Ronaldo kind of looked like he was in the way a little bit.
Not only that, he's all for himself. And he will tell you, I mean, no sooner at that game when they got knocked out of the World Cup, he was there telling the press about, what I did for Portugal.
Well, he got knocked out and said, as far as I'm concerned, Euros is
like
good
winning the World
as big
Cup.
as the World Cup.
And I won it for them. And you've never heard Messi talk like that, ever.
A good comment here actually from Dark Teto, which is quite a funny name, says John Stones and Elliot Anderson are the sleeper keys for me. Right centre back and left centre mid are key positions defensively. Yeah, I mean John Stones. If John Stones,
I think Elliot Anderson will be. I think because I've been impressed with him in this.
He's bopping.
Have you seen Haaland talking about Henderson to John Stones?
He's 150 mil.
Yeah, he was complaining. So obviously it was Anderson that he fouled for Norway's second goal that got ruled out.
Oh,
and you can see Haaland. You can see it says on the camera. He goes 150 million pounds to John Stones.
What, in a derogatory way?
But just basically he pushed Stones a few times. It was like, this is how hard I pushed him, and then Stones didn't fall over. He's basically making a point, being like, he's obviously fallen over, and he's got 150 mil, and he's fallen over like that. It's really, really good.
But I don't know what Haaland's going on, because that was a blatant push.
It's a blatant foul, and I'm pretty sure it's offside. Everything anyway as well. But the one final question I want to ask before we wrap up: if you're Spain, who do you want to win tonight?
I think if you're Spain, you're not really that bothered. I really do, because the way they played the other night, I think they'll be thinking either of those teams we can beat, because they were that good yesterday. Because to me, going into that game last night, France were undoubtedly, for me anyway, the best team in the tournament. Not only did Spain beat them, but they pulled France's pants down, set them packing. So if you put in a performance like that, you could just imagine their confidence levels at the moment
100%.
Must be on the roof right now.
100%.
Do you know what's mad as well? But to back your point, Laurie, I feel like, I don't know if anyone see before the game, like the way Lamine was talking, like
and
the
with
fact
chess.
that he's talking like we're not scared of no one.
His Snapchat, his Instagram story where he just puts up a photo of him scoring against France.
He was going crazy, and the fact that they backed it up and done it like that, that was probably for me one of the best performances I've seen in this World Cup.
Oh,
100%.
And I think like Fabian Ruiz, he's played like
49 games and
lost yet.
It's ridiculous.
Which is
and they had Pedri wasn't even starting.
The finals game 50, bro.
Pedri didn't even start, right?
Yeah, I don't think Spain will look at either team and be.
Plus, they've beaten us already in the Euros.
I personally think the way to beat Spain is to dominate them. You got to dominate them in midfield. You got to win that midfield back. That's what France didn't do.
You got to be aggressive.
And I think out of Argentina and England, it's England who can do that to Spain. Argentina, I don't know if they can do that to Spain, but England, because England's midfield is so strong. And as in, have proved themselves to be so. Because Portugal, obviously, we say the best midfield, but they didn't prove themselves. England proved themselves to be an incredibly strong midfield. England are the side that can get at Spain's midfield over Argentina.
I just think they're such a well-rounded team.
Yeah.
I was watching it yesterday, and I think there's no weaknesses in this team.
And what's our score predictions? Just before we sign.
Tonight, I do think England will edge it. I'm going 2-1, which is all people always predict 2-1. But I could see Argentina scoring, maybe Messi, if not score, then assist. But I just think overall, England, if you look at the two teams and the squads, I just think that we're slightly stronger than them. I just think England will edge it 2-1.
3-1 in 120.
Wouldn't surprise me.
1-1 or maybe 3-2 in 100.
Wouldn't even surprise me if it went to penalties. But I do think England will win.
Penalties would be ridiculous.
I say
1-1 pen.
Penalties. Who's winning on pens?
Emi Martinez, man, is a good show. It's a good
man, that's what I
Pickford,
mean.
the
like.
madman as well.
You've got
Remember?
you've got
Pickford done the
I say
15
1-1
seconds.
in the
I'm gonna
final.
beat Argentina on pens.
Argentina on pens.
Yeah.
I say 1-0 England in the 90.
Now, who's scoring?
Kane.
Kane. I mean, I'm backing Bellingham.
Bellingham and Kane, man.
Bellingham and Kane. That
You
absolutely
can imagine
fantastic
someone
duo.
like Jude, right? You know how he is. You know how he. This is a game that's made for him.
Yeah, bro, it's 2
And I
goals.
reckon
I think he will score this game, and I think he'll get to the final. He'll score in the final as well. But I'm the biggest Jude fan around. Everyone knows that. But regardless, thank you guys so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure as always. Get yourselves down to any of the live streams that, you know, if you're watching on DR Sports, we've got a live stream obviously for the game. They're going live in somewhere in London. I don't know where it is.
Kentish
Full
Town.
event, Kentish Town. But also, you know, comment in the description. I'm really messing it up here. Score predictions in the comment sections. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Robbie, what's this about finance claims?
Look, if you had a car, a motorbike, or a camper van on finance between 2007 and 2021, you might have been missold or overcharged. Motor Reclaim can check it for you quickly and no win, no fee.
That easy. I've got to look into it.
Hit the link below for a simple check and you might have a valid claim to get some money back.